Hi everyone, we are live. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the webinar about why you should let your baby grow. And I'm not talking about a real baby, I'm talking about your business. So if you're calling your business a baby, then you're in the right place because you need to find out why you should let your baby grow. So today we're going to be discussing about, what it's like. I've been through this myself. You have your business and you're going around calling it, this is my baby, this is my baby, this is my baby. I know many of us do it. Sometimes unconsciously, we don't realize, unconsciously, we're actually failing to embrace the fact that our baby needs to grow. So if you are still treating your business like a baby, but would really want it to grow beyond where it is now, you're in the right place. If you're scared that someone else may not love your business and treat it the way you are treating it, you are in the right place. Because what we're going to be talking about today has to do with those things, those fears. We're going to address issues about, what it's like when you come up with your idea and you start developing the idea inside of you and you finally bring your idea to the world. Those are the issues we're going to be talking about. And then we're going to be discussing the fears that we have when it comes to asking someone else to either help you with the challenges that you're facing in your business or to actually take care of certain aspects for your business so that you don't have to worry about them. You just have to have oversight, but you really don't have to worry about them. So those are the kind of things that we're going to be talking about. And I am going to be discussing it using the example of mother and a child, the way the relationship starts, which starts as a conception of a seed inside the mother, and the mother gets pregnant, and the mother gives birth, and the baby grows. So this is how the discussion is going to go. I am Tara Makina. I am a virtual assistant and owner of 24/7 Virtual Assistant. If you'd want to get in touch with me, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can look for 24/7 Virtual Assistant, the company, or you can look for me and I'll be happy to connect with you. And you can also look for my Facebook page, and, and my YouTube channel and the Google Plus page. And you can also find me on Twitter as 24/7 VA. So I look forward to meeting you on any of these platforms and discussing any issues. I like commenting on several issues, particularly to do with business, and I hope you're interested in chatting too. So today's presentation is going to go on for hopefully the next, I was supposed to start at exactly 8, but I think I am very late because initially I had started the presentation and then there was a technical problem. So one thing I want to let you know is anything might happen when you deal with these technical things. So anything might happen. I'm live. So if anything happens, please bear with me. I'll try to get back. And then at the end, for those of you who are going to stay with me until the end, I would want you to know that at the end, you're happy to ask questions or make any comments and we can discuss. I'll be very happy to hear from you to find out what you think. So I hope hopefully in the next 45 minutes, we're going to be done. If you're not done, I think it will at most take me up to an hour to talk about what I want to talk about today. So welcome to the Hangout, why you should let your baby grow. And let's get into this. So we start with the conception of the idea. When the seed is planted inside Sorry. Sorry about that. So we start with the conception and the birth of our idea inside of us. I like this picture because I don't know. I don't know whether this is real or this is fake, but that belly that's painted like that, I thought that was really fascinating and beautiful. I'm sure that's something that was done in Africa, where I'm from. I'm based in Zimbabwe, by the way, and a big shout out to everyone who is tuned in and listening to this video, wherever you may be from. I'm happy to have you listening. So we start with the conception and birth of our business idea. That's the birth of the conception of our baby. When a seed is planted inside of you, when a seed is planted inside of you, you really don't put it out there. Like when you get pregnant, the people don't see the baby until it's born, right? Unless probably they go for an ultrasound, of which you go with your probably your closest friends, or most of the times we go with our husbands, right? So when the seed is planted inside of you, it's still inside and it has to grow. You have to nurture it. You have to go through certain processes for before it becomes a full grown baby that's ready to be given birth to. So, want to talk about this process. Let's talk about this process. By the way, I've never been pregnant. I don't have a child. I hope to have one soon, but I hope that um, what I have seen, I've seen so many of my friends have babies and get pregnant and go through the process and go through morning sickness, cramps, cravings, and the labor pains. I've seen that, I've witnessed that, and I hope that what I've seen, what I've witnessed, will help me bring this presentation to the level that I want to bring it on. And I hope that any mothers listening to this presentation can relate, and even the fathers listening can relate to what I'm talking about. So you go through those processes, morning sickness, cramps, cravings, those are the symptoms. And I'm thinking of it in terms of your business, what you go through. You go through seasons of doubt. You go through seasons where people say no to you, people reject you as you're coming up with your idea and you're trying to bring it up to life. You go through those processes, and as you're trying to bring your idea to life and as you're trying to grow it inside of you, sometimes you even doubt that, is this going to become what I am dreaming for it to become? It's like a child in the womb. You don't know what's gonna what the child is gonna look like. Is the child going to look like you? Is the child going to look like the father? It's like, when I think about it, it's like that, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. And all those processes that you through, I liken them to the processes of your business, what your business goes through before you even launch it. When you conceive your idea, the journey of pregnancy before you actually give birth. And when you have your business idea, there's certain people that you pick out, that you ask for advice from, right? You ask for advice from different people and say, you know what, this is what's happening. This is the idea that I have. What do you think? Tell me your advice. You've been through this, or you're a specialist in this. We go to trainings, we go to seminars to make sure that by the time our business is launched, we are ready. We are well informed of what we need to know, right? I liken that to when you're pregnant. You go for medical checkups, you go see your gynecologist, you go to your mother for advice, because your mother has taken care of a child. I don't know how many you are in your family, but probably your mother has taken care of one or more children. And she will have so many experiences to pass on to you that you will use in your raising of your own child, right? Even to help you go through the process that you're going through of pregnancy. It's the same with your business. You go through that process, and imagine the whole time you're still carrying this idea inside of you, and you're going through that process of thinking that, you know what, I'm getting all this advice, I'm going to be the best at what my idea is going to be the best. You're setting yourself up for success, right? That's what's going on. And you prepare, you plan, you write your business plan, you with your projections, probably your cash flow statements. You come up with your marketing plans, just like a mother prepares for the coming of their child by buying little clothes and different kinds of things that they prepare. They make the nursery, they paint the room, they buy the cot bed, they buy the bed for the child, they buy the car seat, they prepare for everything. And the same way, you prepare the idea that's inside of you to start this journey of your business the same way. It's the same way that you prepare yourself. So imagine all those processes that you go through, and then at some point you get to that point, I don't know, 9 months later. I know it takes 9 months for a child to be born. Before a child is born, it's generally 9 months. But I don't know how long it will take your idea, or how long it took your idea to be brought out to the world, for you to launch it. I don't know how long it took you, but you will get to that point where you have to launch it, right? You have to launch your business. You have to launch your idea. And at that point, do you know what happens when you're launching? Labor pains. You're giving birth. You're giving birth to your idea, to the dream that has been inside of you for 9 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, for some, for probably 5 or 6 years. This idea has been brewing inside of you, and you've been planning for this moment where you're going to be launching it. And the day has finally come for you to launch. And it's painful. It's a painful process because it's something new to you, or it's even something you've gone through before, but it's still painful. It's painful because of, I don't know, the contractions that they talk about, when someone is about to give birth. It's the same thing in our businesses. You face so many difficulties as you launch. It's never easy to embark on the entrepreneurship journey. And I speak from experience. It's it's always going to be tough, but the journey is always worth it. What you see, what's lying ahead, is always worth it. And this is the same way a mother feels when she's giving birth to her child. She cries, she screams, she squeezes, she lets go, she squeezes people's hands. But at the end of the day, once the baby comes out, you're smiling. And one thing in my culture, it's like it's a taboo to curse out your mother or to treat your mother badly, because your mother is she know she went through so much pain when she gave birth to you, as she raised you. She went through so much pain. So it's a taboo to go against your mother. You're actually told, like, when you disrespect your mother, you're actually told, like, a statement where they tell you that you're gonna go mad or something because you disrespected your mother. So it's the same thing. You're like, don't when you're running your business, you continue to remember that journey, that 5 years that took you to get to the point where you are now, right? And you, it's a constant. You probably think about it every day, or every week, or every now and again, but every time you take time to look at your business, to look at what you gave birth to, how beautiful it is, no matter how small, but how beautiful it just is. Remember, I said, no matter how small, you look at it with love, you look at it with affection, you look at it and you promise dedication, you promise that you always be there for it. This is how people who set up their businesses feel. If you don't feel like that when you set up your business, I don't know. You're probably different from me. You're probably different from other business people that I talk to every other day, because this is how they feel about their business. And if you don't feel the same way about your business, I don't know, maybe you're on a path where you're not exactly passionate about what you're doing, but I don't know. It's I guess people will be different, but I'll tell you this: the majority of people that I've met, the majority of people that I work with, actually all the people that I work with, to be honest, are this passionate about their businesses. They tell you about their journey to the point where they actually ended up giving birth to their businesses. They tell you about that whole process, that whole journey. And you get to a point where they give birth, and you can see how excited they are about reaching that point. So we get to that point and you give birth. Your labor pains have brought to the world this something that is so beautiful. And one thing I want to tell you is that the birthing process, this whole pregnancy process, it doesn't happen once in business. It happens over and over and over again. Because once you think of the first idea, you're going to be thinking of more ideas. You're going to be thinking the ideas are just going to be flowing. And as the ideas are flowing, you're going to realize that uh, your first idea should is like a child, right? Like a child, your first idea, you wanted to grow. You probably wanted to help take care of your other ideas, or your original idea. You wanted to grow, and it depends. Sometimes it's different with different kinds of businesses, and it's always dependent on the nature of business that you're in, on which direction your business grows into. Some businesses grow and they are bought by other companies, and you get money. I liken that to daughters in the African culture, particularly if you come from Southern Africa, you can relate with the lobola. When you get married, your husband to be brings cows to your father, and cows in Africa, particularly in the southern side, cows are a symbol of wealth. So this is something that is similar to your business. What you want to, how do you want to grow it? Do you want to grow it to sustain itself? Do you want to grow it to get to a point where someone will be interested in uh, investing in your business or buying into the business? And this, I liken it to that. I think of it in that sense. And I was just having fun thinking of these ideas, and I hope you're thinking about it as well, and you're you're liking it to a similar situation. So now your baby is born, and have you ever seen a mother with their child, a newborn child? I've seen so many mothers with their newborn children. They pay so much close attention to the needs of their children. Here and there, they're breastfeeding their children. Here and there, they're checking on their children. They're checking the temperature, they're checking their ears, they're checking the nose, they're making sure their baby is clean. And where the child is, that's where the mother will be. Or where the mother will be, that's where the child will be. So this is what I I think of when I think of in terms of our businesses. When you give birth to our business ideas, have you realized how hard we work? We work so hard. We are probably working at the very point you still need to make necessary checks on your business. You need to find out what are people saying about you. Talk to people, find out what people are saying about the business is doing. That way you can understand what value you're getting from that person. Because I'm sure if a person is not valuable, there's really no point in having them, right? I understand that. There's really no point in having that. And I accept that. Sorry, I accept that. But just leave and say, I feel she's taking care of everything. She knows everything. She's supposed to do everything. Don't do that. It's not good for your business. It doesn't put you in a position where you grow with your business. You need to be in sync with what's happening in your business. Suppose you have your assistant taking care of your travel, and your assistant does your whole travel itinerary and everything, right? But then your assistant then sends the ticket to you. And suppose you have a journey like tomorrow or something, and you see the ticket. You know, some people actually don't bother doing this. You see the ticket coming through, and you just trust. You say, oh, she did it right. Isn't it right for you to just check whether the itinerary is correct? Isn't it just right to do that? I mean, you're just lying in your bed and you're not doing anything. You've seen the email come through. You're just going to trust that, this has been done right. I know it's right to trust, it's a good thing. But I want to advise you that it's always good to check, because maybe at that point you've seen it come through, you haven't checked. Maybe she missed like uh, the last letter of your surname by mistake, or maybe it wasn't her mistake. Probably it was the travel agent's mistake, and uh, you then realize it probably when you're at the airport and you're thinking, oh my God, why didn't she realize it? Why didn't she check? Probably she checked, you know. And you know how it is with reading. I don't remember I don't remember what the error was called when we learned it in science. But when you're reading, you just think you've read the right thing because you're so used to seeing the name at. Probably she made that error. I'm saying people are not perfect, so don't really give up certain things, particularly the important stuff that have to pertain to you, particularly the important stuff. Make sure you also participate in that process of checking, especially during the early stages. During the early stages, because during the early stages, when you let your like your assistant know that they really need to pay close attention to detail, and they really need to pay attention to spelling, grammar, and everything. I'm sure I myself, I try to pay attention to that. But to be honest, I'm not perfect. There are best-selling books that have been found out there that had typos, that had grammatical errors, but it's not like the book is not going to sell. It's one. But at least make them minimal. Don't make them an everyday thing, right? I've been through that process where I had to, you know, tell myself that you can't make this an everyday thing. So it means I have to check my work twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. I have to do that. But the nature of my job puts me in that position where I have to check, because I know where I'm submitting the work, they're not really going to do that much checking. So I need to make sure that I check. But even though I don't do that, the people I work with actually check. They go through the stuff, and sometimes they just say, oh, this is great, this is okay, this can go through. But sometimes they'll actually come back and say, oh, you missed this. And I give it up to those people, to be honest. It's called paying attention to your business. It's called paying attention. And I also want to encourage you to, when you have your child, like when you have your baby, one of the things that you do is you cheer your child on, right? You cheer your child on. You don't leave that to the nanny. Imagine having, leaving your nanny to go to your child's prize giving, to your child's consultation, to every single event. And I want to tell you that during the process of growth, your where you assign, suppose, an assistant or a manager to take care of certain things for you, you go through that same process where things are happening in your business, but you don't seem to be taking part in them. You understand? You don't seem to be taking part in them. You're just waiting in the sidelines, just watching. You're just watching. And I don't know, you want to watch until when? I don't know. Because you need to also be cheering your business on from the sidelines, you know? You need to do that. And but if you just wait on the sidelines and watch, well, you're probably reducing on the number of fans that you have for your business. And you need to be participative, be there, show up for your business. If you're ready to show up for your business, but still can get help, then you've reached that point where you've matured, where you're in a position where you can actually engage someone else and have someone take care of certain aspects of your business. And now, when I talk of taking care of certain aspects of your business, there's so many things that we need help with in our business. Some of you need help. Probably you need software to make things easier. Probably you're thinking of getting someone to take care of your accounting. Maybe you can afford it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to look for software? Are you going to look for someone who's got the software and is willing to do it for you? It's one of those things. Or maybe you need someone to take care of the online aspect of your business. Are you going to hire a social media manager? Are you going to buy monthly plans for your business so that you can take care of it on your own, but still invest time to come up with the content and everything? What are you going to decide to do? Or maybe you have a shop, sorry, maybe you have a shop and you want uh, to grow it and hope to grow it into several other shops. How are you gonna grow it to several other shops when you want to be the only person working in the shop? What are you going to do? You're obviously going to get employees, right? So this is the thing. If you're gonna grow in your business, if you're gonna grow beyond where you are now, you need to make that decision to get help so that you can learn new things, so that you can go back to a point where you're making new connections, you're getting more ideas, and you're actually getting more income to invest into your business and getting more your business in front of more people. Because the more people are engaged or are invested in your business, do you know that the more people you have that know about your business? If it's only you, then well, I don't know. It's those people are limited. But if you bring in other people, it means you're adding on to some really loyal fans. You're adding on to some really loyal fans. So that's what I wanted to talk about basically on this issue of us who call our businesses our babies, and we want our babies to remain babies forever. Our babies can't remain babies forever. We need to plan for the future of our babies. You need to plan for the future of your business. And you need to make sure that uh, you are at a point where you you are open to coming up with new ideas. People, like I said, people want to have babies, right? More babies. So you need to get to that point where you come up with new ideas, go through that same process again, and and grow them to become uh, self-sufficient businesses, businesses that can take care of themselves, and businesses that can take care of you. I've seen, I have my a sister of mine who has a child, and it's a girl, and she's always saying that. This other day I saw her and I was like, oh my God, your daughter is so grown up now. It's like, oh yeah, no, she does dishes, she does this, she does that, she goes. And I was like, oh my God, is that is that the reason why you had a baby? So that your baby can do all these things for you. But come on, let's face it, every mother expects their child to do stuff for them, to help them out. So is your business helping you out? Is your business helping you achieve the dreams that you had when you set out to pursue it, to pursue that particular idea and that particular business? So I want to invite you. I know that many of you who are listening are probably business owners, and I'm looking for businesses or business owners who are failing to maintain their online brand and keep up with responding to the requests that they get via email, via their website or their blog, via social media channels like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like Twitter? Do you need help formulating and implementing the online communication strategies that will ensure you engage with your prospects and your clients, and also attract them and educate them and promote your products and services? If you are at this particular point in your business where you've grown your business, sorry, where you have your business, but you want to grow it into a business that takes care of itself online somehow, and you don't have to do as much work as you're doing right now online, I want to invite you to an opportunity to consider this. I want you to consider this opportunity where you can partner with me. um, I'm ready to give you solutions that are at least double the value that you sign up for. Yeah, imagine at least, not at most, at least double. Sometimes you get like 5 times more the value. And I'm just saying at least. And you will get, most people take care of their own social media presence. And it's really, people don't realize that it's time consuming and it eats away from the core of your business. So there's so many ways I can help you with your email, with your website, with your social media. When I say social media, I'm talking about your Facebook, your LinkedIn. There's so many ways I can help you implement certain strategies, and I can actually help you formulate plans for these channels, because there are people who don't know what plan they can have for these channels. I will help you formulate those plans. I'll help you research. I give insightful brainstorming and strategy sessions after I've done some really extensive research and monitored how you are performing right now. I give you some analytical reports and recommendations so that you can decide that, you know what, Taro, this is not working. This is not working at all. So let's stop. I'll give you those reports, and I even help you with graphic design for your social media posts. I help you with that, and I have clients who are enjoying that. And I guess I've never really gone out to say, oh, this is the value, because someone will charge you this much money to do it for you for an entire month or an entire 2 months. I give you a Facebook ad promotion every 2 months. You get training on different software applications. By the way, I like teaching. I like training people on things, and I find so much joy in doing it. So I need to let my clients know that here and there I'm going to be teaching you stuff. Anything that you want to learn to do, I'll teach you. Because some people, they might want to do it for a month, and then maybe they have a difficult time somewhere along the lines and they want to do it on their own. I don't want you to be dependent on me. I want to liberate you so that you can do it on your own. So I even teach you when you sign up. I teach you how to do certain things, and I share with you inspiring ideas and tips. I allow you to test drive some of new networking events in your industry every quarter. So if you're not into networking, or you're not really finding the opportunities, I look for them and I register. I get you those tickets and I just give it to you. All you have to do is go and meet new people that you tell about what you do. How about that? And I give you complimentary gifts to remind you of me. And this is the number one thing. I call this my number one. You get a raving fan for life. I'm a raving fan for all my clients' businesses, past and present and future. I'm a raving fan for them, for their businesses. And I love the work that they do. And I try to tell as many people as I can about the stuff that they do. And this is what you get. This is the value that you get. At least $715 in value when when you choose to sign up for any of the plans. And this is not the cost of the of the plan. This is not the cost. It's uh, just the value that you get. So for you to find out the costs, I would want to invite you to just go. If this interests you, I want to invite you to a strategy session, a 1 hour strategy session to explore alternative solutions to the problems that you have. I want you to find out if virtual assistant services can work for your business. Everything we talked about today, growing your baby, taking care of it, getting to that point where you're liberating yourself from the nitty gritties of your business. I want you to figure out if virtual assistant services can help you achieve what you want to achieve in your business. And if this interests you, I'm inviting you to go to this link on your screen, www.247va.com/value. So go to this link and just explore and see the value that you're gonna get when you decide to partner with me or a virtual assistant to help you manage your online business, manage your online brand. And I did this webinar for all business owners. I mean, I don't care what you're doing, whether you have a business online or not. I really don't care. I know that the whole of the session was probably valuable to you. I hope it was. But at this point, if you have an online business or an online presence that you're failing to maintain, then I want to work with you to find out if virtual assistants can work for your business. And in this free 1 hour strategy session, we're going to explore alternative solutions to your problem. And I want to tell you that after this session of ours, you might decide that, you know what, Tyro, your services are not for me. And it's totally okay. Trust me, it's totally okay. I won't hold anything against you because I'm not inviting you to this link so that you can commit to the services. I'm inviting you to this link so that you can consider, so that you might consider exploring the path of dealing with the problem that you have right now in your business. Your business needs to grow, and you also need to grow. If you allow yourself to get help, if you give yourself away to getting help, you will be surprised. I'm telling you this. You're going to be surprised at the amount of things you're going to be able to achieve. And remember, it all comes back to you. The dream belongs to you. The idea belongs to you. Regardless of all the help that you get from outside, it all comes back to you. So don't think that passing it on to someone else means you're giving your dream away. You're not giving your dream away. Your dream still belongs to you. Your business still belongs to you. And all credit still lies with you because you think everything. And right now, what you need to think about, if you're facing problems in your business that you cannot manage on your own and you feel that you need help, I invite you to this free 1 hour strategy session to explore alternative solutions to your problem. And I don't care at what point you're listening to this at, whether you're listening to this live, whether you're listening to this as a recording after it's done, this offer still stands. This invitation remains open. And I invite you, I'm waiting for you to book for your session. And I hope that you can come through and you can tell me how the challenges that you're facing, and we can discuss. I won't come out to you and say, this is how I can help you. We're going to look at your problems and we're going to look at what you are looking for. That's what we're going to be looking at. Your problems and the value that you want. Because no one knows your business as you do. You know your business best. You know what your business needs. And that's what I want us to talk about. Understand? That's what I want us to talk about. I don't want to talk about the services I provide. I want to talk about this problem that you have, failing to manage. You're a solo business owner, probably, or maybe you have 5 or less employees in your office and you feel that certain things are not getting done. I want to invite you to this free 1 hour strategy session. No commitment to working with me. I mean, you don't come in it thinking, oh, I'm gonna be expected to work with her. Oh God, what if I don't like her? No, you don't get to that. It's not a must for you to work with me after it, but it's just for you to have a clearer to get clarity on the current problem that you have and the solutions that are available to you. So come, I invite you. I need you to find out if virtual assistant services can work for you, because 24/7 virtual assistant is providing so many interesting solutions for businesses that are running have their brands that are out there online. And I don't know whether there are any questions at the moment, but if there are, let me just check to make sure. No questions, but if you have any questions, I invite you to just leave the questions in the comments or send me an email. My email address is tariro@247va.com. And I invite you to just send your questions or put your questions in the comments, or look for me online. I told you I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Google Plus. You can look for me on any of these platforms and we can talk about the questions that you might have. I'd be very happy to answer them. I would like to thank you for listening to the entire part of this presentation. Like I promised you, it's going to be at most an hour, and I think I have done up to an hour, and I would like to thank you for listening. And now, thank you for listening, and good night.